This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today I will show you the switch activity. Switch is like nothing but the if then else condition we use in any of the languages. So I'm creating a new integration. Okay, so that got hanged out. Yeah, there is seems something wrong with the cloud application. Okay, so I will create one trigger point here. So here I am giving one relative template where so means I will say where the what I have to pass here. So I will if I select something a DB, then the data should go into database, and if I select file here, means in where condition, then the data should go into the file. The it should create one file, right? So we are going to put it like this. So I will say post. We are going to post the data, and we will send some request, and we should get some response out of it. Okay, so that's the next. Okay, next. Okay, I have this data already, so I will use the same one. So नीचे से मारो मुझे तो हटा दो. So here I will give the JSON sample format. Same. Okay, so we have EMP ID, first name, last name, and salary. ID, first name, last name, and salary. Same thing. Right. Done. Okay, so here we have one switch activity. Okay, so I will simply drag it here. Shift duration. Not a period. Okay. It will not allow me to save, not allow me to close. Last option. One minute. आंटी हो गया ये कैसे ये नहीं निकलते ये पेंट का है ना नहीं
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I will create it again. So here we have one switch activity. So whenever you add the switch activity, two branches will come. One is if, and the second is otherwise. Okay, so we have two here. So here I will say the condition. This is my input parameter condition, template parameter, right? So I will say where is equal to db. Okay, right. So I will say where this condition is db, then I will insert data into database. Okay, then we can add one more branch here. If I click it here, plus button, it will add one more one. You can add as many as branches you need. Okay, so here if I say where is equal to file, so I will write the file then. Where I will write the file. So I will say I will write the file here. And what should be the file name? The file name should be uh, switch emp.cs. So I think we do have one sample file, sample ID, first and last name, salary. All right. Now, if it goes into the third one, otherwise, okay. So now what I have to do? I will add the mapper here. First, I will add the mapper here. If it is goes into this DB, then we have to map this. Then finally, it should go into the output. Let me add one mapper for the status. Okay. So here I will say data has been inserted into EMP. Okay. So similarly for this also, I will add one mapper and here I will say file has been created. Excuse me. And for the third one, again I will add one mapper here and here I will say invalid choice. Okay. So if something else has been passed apart from DB or the file, then it should give me the invalid choice. Okay, now we have to delete this mapper because this is my response mapper and this is the additional one, so we can simply delete this. Okay, now here I will for the input I have to map the data. You're clear, right? What I'm doing here. Ask me anything if you are getting
Yes, yes,
confused.
fine.
Okay, valid, wait, and close. All right, save it. Now we have something like logger and note. Okay, so these are nothing but like we used to give some comments in our programming code, right? So what
Yes,
this SQL command will do, what that what will happen then. So similarly here also you can define something. If you want to say what this is, what this is for, what this is for, what this is for. So similarly, you can add it here, and you can give some. Okay, so you can say db comments. So here you can say db option has been selected. Sim- Something like that. Okay, you can give anything here. So similarly, if you want to add some more, you can give something more here. And one more we have, just for logger. Okay, just to log something. So if I say both are almost same thing, but if you want to log some messages to the activity stream, the diagnostics log, by adding the logger action at any point of integration, you can create a log messages. Okay. So if you want to try this, we can try this as well. Okay, so here I will say file logger. So here I will say file option has been selected.
It's like a message is only, right? This logger
Yes, yes,
also
yes. It's like messages.
for
Okay, so
understanding.
here you can, yes, for our understanding purpose, specify what message should display in the activity stream. So see, if you select the file logger, oh sorry, this logger, then you will be able to see the messages in activity stream. Okay, but
Okay.
that comment one you will be able to see on the only in the design part, that will not go into the activity stream. So here again you can specify. So if you want to show it always, or if you want to show it when trace is enabled, then you can select any of the option here. Okay, so again you can see that something like this logger has been created in file option choice. We have to give single quotes. Okay, validate and close. So
Then why they have
you
given note and logger
see, that's why I told you difference, right? See, if you want to get some activity, some details in the activity stream, okay.
stream?
So let's say you want to create some debug points. So you are writing one SQL code, and you are writing comments as well as you are writing some debug point. Okay, so if you want to create the debug point at different levels, you can add these loggers.
Like DBMS output in PLSQL usually.
You can, yes, you can say like that too. That is
Okay.
not a problem. But means basically when you write any PLSQL code, so if you would have written somewhere in your conversion or interfaces, so it reaches to some point to trace the exactly where that error has occurred. We used to create some debug points, right?
Yes, yes.
So here also you can do the same thing. So this will be helpful to you in the activity stream. So exactly you will come to know exactly at which debug point you are getting this message or it has got stuck.
Okay.
Okay, so I've added both the things, comment as well as logger, so you will see the difference of it. Okay,
Okay.
so that's it. So this is the activity stream, we can use it. So as we started, it will go into this activity stream. So again, as per the choice, it will go into the respective branch. If we select the DB, then it will insert the data into database. It will go into this branch. Then, or else if we select the file, then it will go into this branch. If we select any other option apart from DB and file, then it will go into this branch. Okay, it's some
Okay.
similar like if then else we use in any of the languages. So let's activate the tracking. So let me add both things here. where condition as well as the ID same and close. Right, I see that. And this is very useful. Huh? You will be using in your live work, in real work. Because based on certain condition, you have to perform some actions. So, in that case, you have to use this. Right. So I have to use the postman. Okay. So here I will say 50. Excuse me. So you can give names. Okay. So first I will try with some other option apart from DB and file. So here I will, let's say I will mention FTP, which I have not used it here. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just click on send. So you see the response we got it invalid
Valid
choice.
choice.
Correct, and nothing has happened to my database. No records has been inserted, and also the file is not created. I can't see file on Autodesk, right? If I refresh it, there's no file. Okay. Now for the same case, I will use file, and I will say send. Oh my God.
I think
Okay.
file has to be in
Yeah.
8 GB, I
Yes.
think.
Small. Correct. Correct.
Small.
Like this. Okay, so I got the response file has been created. So if I come here and see, so
Switch.
refresh. Okay, here we have the
It's
file
already there.
current switch EMP. And if I open it, I have the data, same data, what I passed now. Alright, now, okay, let's check in the database also. If I have any data, I don't have, right? Now I will say DB. Data has been inserted into EMP. Correct. Now if I press Control Enter, I have two records here. Clear with you? How we can use
Yes.
the switch activity here?
Yes, Mohit.
Okay. So this is the one which we selected first, activity. So you see the branch has gone to otherwise in the green color,
Hmm.
correct? Now similarly, if I open the file, so it has gone to the second branch, alright? And if you
So now,
go
if you
to
go
the
to that view stream,
yeah, if we go to the activity stream, okay, so this is the starting point. Request, enter the switch, it is entered into the switch condition. Okay, see this, the one which I give, this logger has been created in file option choice. So you can see this is whatever I give in the logger, the message has been printed
just
here.
compare with that diagram and this, Mohit.
Yes, see here.
That is what.
See, this is the
First, it.
starting request. This is request. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
now it entered into the next is it entered into the switch operation where condition. If you see here, this has entered into the switch operation where condition.
Okay.
Correct? Then
Yes.
here second, then it went into this logger.
Okay.
Correct? Then it went into the map. Then this is the map. Map open, map ended, begin and end. Okay. Then after that, it goes into the payload, sent to the file adapter, load more.
So that names will not come there, huh?
What thing?
No, no. Here some will give some names, right, for that.
Which name?
What is
I
the
didn't
use
get
name?
you. So we have this logger here, huh? The one which
Log.
we gave the message in the logger. The same message has been printed here.
Yeah, yeah.
See, this is the name file logger we gave there.
File logger. Hmm. This suppose here that file logger name. If you change that name, will come here in the
Yes, yes. If,
activity
if you will, yes, if you change the instead of file logger, if you give something else, it will come here.
Okay, okay. That's what. To compare whether it is for related to that or not, we will
No,
compare
no,
for
it will come.
comparison.
See,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
So whatever you will give now, it will come here. Yeah. So if you want to create one more logger here, suppose now you can say this logger is before mapping the data. Then again, if you can add one more here, this logger is after mapping the data. You can create a debug point, something like that. Okay, so
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
you will say that you can say log one
Before log,
before map
before
before
mapping.
mapping,
After that.
log 2 after mapping, log 3 after file adapter. So you
File.
can, yeah, so you can give it like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so if you're more complex now, then in that case, it will be easy for you to understand where it is got structured. Even though
mm,
it will show you here, but activity stream gives you much more detail level. Okay, similarly, if I go to this DB, you see it has gone here into the first branch. But if you go to the activity stream, this comment will not come. Well, let me also check. Okay. So see, after this where condition, it is going to maps directly.
mm,
So you will not see the comment section here. So comment section is basically for to explain the design purpose what you are doing it here. So just you are giving the comments the way you used to give in any language, PLSQL language. So to specify what this SQL script will do, what this any command or any this particular block will do. So similarly, this is the comment section you can give to describe what this first mm, uh, branch is for. Okay. Similarly, you can give anything here. So this is the use of comment as well as logger, and yeah, and switch activity basically. Any questions so far, or
no,
it
it's
is
good.
clear?
Understand. Clear.
It's clear with you, right? Okay, now I will show you how we can create a custom functions using JavaScript. Okay, so let me just So I'm not sure. Do you know JavaScript little bit?
No.
No, no problem. See, now you will understand what I'm doing. Function sum. Here I will say first, second. Now tell me what is happening here.
Okay.
Tell me what is happening. Any guess? So this is the
Yeah, yeah, I
function
understand.
called
Here,
name
it's a function,
sum.
some
It
function. We
has
are taking two variables.
yes. We are going to pass two input
First two.
parameters here.
Hmm.
Okay. Then we are creating the variable name
Third,
third.
we are
So it
summing.
will we
That's
are adding first plus second here, and we are simply returning the third value.
yes,
Okay. Is it simple to understand?
yes, yes.
Yeah, very see JavaScript language, it's very simple. So here I will give the name as sum.js. So JavaScript file extension is .js. Save it. All right. Now we need to register this JavaScript as a library. Now I will go to sorry, design and libraries. Okay, so here in a library, I have option to register. So I will see here we have to pass two files, either JavaScript file or jar file. Suppose I have some complex Java code, so I will create the jar file here.
Okay,
Okay, mm, so this is my JavaScript file, some.js. I will simply open it here, and I will give the name it as some function. Okay, so I will say create. Now, when you click on create, it will ask you some details like this. Okay, so click on this sum function. So here we have classification type. Okay, so classification type we have two options. One is orchestration and second is export. So if I select orchestration, so means I will be able to use this function in my integration.
okay,
All right. So if I select this X path, then I will be able to use this function into my mapping as well. So in mapper, there are some default functions, right? We have seen concat function and some other functions.
yes, yes.
Okay. So if I want to register this if I want to use this function into the mapper, so I will select this option, X path as well.
Okay.
Okay, so as of now, I'm going to select only
We can
orchestration
we can use
because I
multiple
want to use this into my
both option,
integration.
right?
Yes, yes, we can
Okay.
use both. We can use both. No issues. Oh, sorry, either or. It is not allowing.
Either or only. No, that's
Either or.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now because I've never we've never got any requirement to work on create any function, so I know a little bit about it. That's why I'm showing you how we can use it. If you get any chance, if you get any requirement to create that, then you can create similarly like this. But as of now, I haven't got any requirement to create any additional functions.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just changing the data type of this input and output parameter. Nothing else. Okay, I'm just using number for all this. So that's it. Simply, I will say. All right.
Yes.
Is it clear, Vivek?
Yes. Yes.
Close. Now what I will do, I will create one more integration here. Create integration. I'll select again Abram orchestration. So here I will give call JS function. Right. Okay. Create. So again I will select this the rest point, and here I will say sum of two, and here I will say sum. So I will use this get method because if I will pass two
Parameters.
yeah input parameters, so I will get the response here, and I will select input parameter as well. So I will say next. Here I will add two parameters. So I will say the first number. So here I will give integer. Add one more. Here I will say second number. Here I will say integer. Okay. Next. So in the response parameter, I will select the JSON symbol, and here I will say sum. So I will give some sample value. Okay, default value. Next, done. Sorry. Okay. Now come to this sections. Here we have one more thing called functions. Where it is function. Okay. So I will use this function here, and I will give call some function. You can give any description here. Click on create. Okay, so I'm going to add the function which I have created here. So as soon as I click on that first that plus button, I will get whatever functions I have registered with me, which are of orchestration type.
Okay.
Okay, so this was
Okay.
already created. This is a default one. This is the one which we created just now. So I will select this. All right, so it is like first and second. So everything here as it is. All right. So here values I have to give first number in first.
Parameters.
Similarly, in second, I will give the second number. Okay, I'll say validate and close. Okay, now finally response. So I will get the sum here. In the output, call sum function third. So I have to map this with this. Okay. So these are my two input parameters. So this function will go into this call sum function and it will go to this output call sum function third parameter. I'm mapping it. Validate and close it. Tracking. Save and close. Activate. All right. So this is the get method. So directly I can test in the browser. Okay. So here in the second value, let's say I'm giving 10. In the first value, first number value, I'm giving 5. It should return 15, correct? Here it is. Clear with you?
Yes, yes.
If you want, yeah, if you want to give it in decimals, you can give it in decimals as well. 0.8. So it will give you 15.8.
If suppose if I want to display only 3 decimals, 2 decimals like that.
Sorry?
In some,
Okay. It is defaulting. I don't know whether it works or not. So let me just try with 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay. Let's see what it returns.
it will be complete.
So it is returning. Yeah. It's going through.
But
So
whether
it is
whatever
default.
in the first, can make like
Sorry.
suppose if I pass first parameter is 2 digits and second parameter 1 digit, but anyhow sum should be in that 3 digits, decimals, 3 decimals like that. Can you modify or any
See,
function
this
can?
is this type is of integer type. Okay, so integer type, whatever default value it gives me, we will get it here.
Okay,
I think there should be some function to restrict it. I've never used that function, so
okay.
maybe you can,
Maybe
if I
round
find it, I
function
will
we
let
can
you
use
know.
in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Hmm,
think that should be there. Maybe I have to check it. I have not used it, so should be there.
okay.
Okay, here I'm not getting the
That map here
conditions.
also we didn't get any functions, right?
Hmm. So maybe it's not. Maybe I have to check here whether it allows me or not, but I doubt it. In
Yeah, here we
components,
got.
if I go to, let me say, if I have any round function. Okay, it's there,
Yes,
seems like that.
yes, we can.
So if I bring it here, 1 minute. What I have to do first, I have to remove this, give the round, then in between, I have to use this. Correct? but I don't know what this round function does. I have to check this.
Mm-hmm. Here we don't mention for decimals also. We have to
This
check it how it
functions,
will work.
see, this functions returns the number that is the closest to the argument that is an integer. And for the last two cases, the result of the calling round function is not the same as the result adding 2.5 and then calling floor function. I'm not sure what it is basically. I've not used it, but if you want, we
Okay.
can try it. No issues. First, so by default, it will go into round, and the I think the sum also should come here as round or not. I'm not sure. Let me just try whether if we have. Okay, okay. I think here we can do it. 1 minute. Components. Okay, here also have round. Source. So round number. Here I can get this. Save. Close. Validate. Close. Okay, so let me give some tag 10.557 to only two. Okay, so it is rounded to 13. Means when it did not took any decimal
Ten
places after
point.
the point.
Yeah, yeah.
So it is rounding like this. Maybe there should be some another function round decimal round something like
Decimals
that.
are
So you can
yes.
try with it. Yeah. So you can try with that too.
Hmm.
And there are some functions. So many functions are available. There should be. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Chalo then. We'll log off for the day. So we are done almost everything. Only the one thing is remaining now is Salesforce adapter. Okay. So Salesforce connection we have already created. Sorry, the account we have created. So tomorrow I have holiday. You also have holiday, right?
No, no, I don't know. Why?
Tomorrow we have holiday in Pune. Tomorrow is Mahavir Jayanti here. So we have
Okay, okay.
holiday, and I'm expecting some days tomorrow. So I'm not sure whether I will be able to have the class tomorrow. I will let you know in the morning itself. Okay. Otherwise, we'll have day after tomorrow. Okay. So we are left with only Salesforce adapter now. That maybe one
Then
more
you
will.
will explain some real-time scenarios, right?
So these are the scenarios what I
Like
covered.
suppose if we have some kind of requirement, like so loading data into UCM, running
So you
BAP
can
reports,
create.
fusion.
You can create that database, sorry, EBS adapter you can do with that. So again, see UCM, what is UCM? That is nothing but FTP server.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, so you can get, you see, for the UCM server, for a web center server, you will have the IP. host and all the details. You can create the FTP connection and you can send the file.
Okay. From
Yes.
yeah, we'll get that FTP file. We'll move it into UCM. Then we have to run some programs, right? And then
So
some
yes,
Fusion side.
yes, right. So from Fusion, then see once you have the data into your UCM, then you
Hmm.
used to run that program, right? So whatever transaction data you to create, you will run it from front end. Right. So your main purpose to move that file into the UCM server. So to move the file into the UCM server, you need to get the FTP data, FTP details. Then you create the
Yes.
FTP connection. Then you move the file. That it's very simple.
Okay. Okay. I will try.
Yeah. 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 You can try. No problem. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Chalo, bye.
Yeah.